DDM 2018 sees the introduction of a new web client. At present this is still under development, but it will be installed alongside the existing web client when customers upgrade. Until this replaces the existing web client, the new client is unlicensed, allowing all DDM customers to trial the software. So how do we access the new web client? Well, first of all, we need to do this from a web browser, but we need the server name of your implementation. To find that, you will need to look at a client that already has DDM installed or talk to your IT department. In this case, with a client installed, I can look at my DDM client configuration, and this will give me the server name that my client is attached to. So I'm going to copy that information. In addition, if you have DDM installed, then you can see this information on the Help About menu. So here I can see the server name. The other thing that it's important to note is that you can only access the new web client in DDM 2018. So from a web browser, I'm going to enter the server name followed by DDM web, and this will open my login page to the new DDM web client. So in this release we have the ability to search for and download items from DDM. At the minute it's selected to search for everything, so that includes parts, drawings, documents and folders, but we can search on specific items using this drop down. So here we have different folder types, and here we have parts, drawings, documents. If I select all items, then that will search across parts, drawings and documents, and so I can enter my search criteria here, and we're going to search for panel. By default, our search results are returned as a card view, but we have the ability to switch between a card view and a list view using this control here. So here's the information presented in a list view. One of the key features about this new web client is that it is responsive. So if we look at a different view of this information, and if we simulate looking for the same search results as if we were looking on a smartphone, then you'll see that the information is resized to the screen size of the device that we're looking at it on. So in this case we're simulating a smartphone, but if we extend this so that we can see what we would view if we were looking at it from a tablet view. In addition, everything has been optimized for touchscreen use. If we come back to this view, then we have the ability to apply filters to our search results, and we use this control to look at the filters that we have available. So we can search by latest issue, or if we want to only search for released information, then we can switch these filters off and apply that, and our results update to only show released information. So in the top right hand corner of the card we can see a PDF icon. If there is a PDF preview available, then this is highlighted. So if I wanted to view the PDF of this drawing, then I simply click on the icon and I can open the PDF of the drawing. If I want to view or download multiple drawings, then I can select multiple items using this control in the bottom right hand corner, and you'll see a new panel opens up, allowing us to determine the actions that we want to take with these selected items. So if we look at the actions that we have at the minute, we can download the items, and a new window opens giving us a preview of the items that we've selected to download. In this case, with drawings, we have a PDF available. There is also a thumbnail, but it may be that we also have DXFs or DWG files that we're able to download. In this case, for these selected items, we've only got a PDF and the thumbnail. If we now look at the actions that we have available, If I'm working on a desktop client, then I may just want to download the files, but if I'm on a smartphone, then I may want them emailed to me. So if I select this option, then an email will be sent and I will receive an email with the attachments. So here is the email that I've received with the PDF previews attached to it. Before we leave this page, let's reset our filters. So if we come back into our filters panel, we're going to reset this so that we get all of our search results returned. So in the new web client, we also have the ability to browse by category. So here we have the category browser, and if we start looking into this, so we'll go through into parts, look in our fluid power components, and we're looking for a push-in fitting. So here are the push-in fittings that I have categorized in my database, and if we select one of these, then it opens a window that shows the properties of the item that we've selected. From this we can show additional details of the item, so we may want to look at the properties, which will tell us if it's defined the material, who created the item when it was created. But we can also see the custom properties, so those specific customized properties that we've added to an item. We can also see the specific downloads for this item, and in this case we can see there is a PDF file, STL and STP. I can either select all to be downloaded, or I can select an individual item for download. If we look at browsing by category in the mobile client, then we now have a burger bar menu that gives us our options. So now if I select to browse by category, then we can do the same search in the mobile device. And now the information is again optimized for the screen size that we're viewing it on. So if I select this item, you'll see the information is presented vertically. Introduced in the second release of the new web client is the ability to search on folders. So if I select to search for change order folders, it may be that I just want to search for active change orders. And if I run this search, then these are the active change orders I have in the system. Typically for folders it's more useful to look in a list view, and so we'll switch to our list view, and if we open one of these folders, then we see the properties of the folder that we've selected. In the new web client, the folder properties match the folder form layout as displayed in DDM Office. So if I return to DDM Office, and if we open this folder, then we can see the folder form information here presented to Office users. If we go to the web client, then this information is presented in the same format. If we're looking at this information on a mobile device, then our screen area is much smaller, and so we only show key attribute information. So if I search for the same folder, and open its properties, you'll see only key attribute information is returned. If I return to the initial search that I ran, so all items and panel, in this view we may want to rearrange our columns. We may want to show additional attribute information, so we may want to bring in additional columns, and we may want to relay out the information that we have. Because I've selected a specific all items search, using this control I can go to my column chooser. From my user account I could set up general preferences across all search types, and so here I can select settings or column chooser. For all items we'll just select the columns that we want when we're searching on all items. So the first thing I might want to do is show the item number as the first attribute rather than description, and so we can move this up to the first column. And it may be we also want to show the issue, item number, issue, description and state. If we look at the object type available under all items, then if we look at parts, for example, it may be that we want to also show the category, and so we can add this to our columns. If we save this information and go back, then our search results are rearranged to give us the item number as the first column, issue and description, and these changes are all stored against the user's account. So this overview video shows some of the exciting developments in the new web client currently available to all customers who've upgraded to DDM 2018. We will continue to build functionality into the new web client moving forward, so continue to watch for new announcements.